Hi, my name's Dylan, and this is kind of my reflection over the past year through kind of the coaching certificate process. I'm in Mr. Moore's grade 11 physical education class. So, over the course of this year, me and my classmates have learned a variety of different skills to benefit our leadership ability. So, kind of from the beginning of the year, in which we didn't really have a clue how to teach our own class, let alone the middle school class. Kind of be able to taking small steps, such as teaching the class that we were in, all the way up to gradually learning how to teach that middle school class. And one thing that I learned massively throughout the process is how important it was to plan out the events and what kind of cycle we were going to do before our lesson took place. So one thing I found this really helpful for was when I went to Romania on a service trip. So we were there and we were teaching English, and the kids spoke very little English and they had learning disabilities. So planning the night before then, or planning before our classes, helped a lot, especially just picking up certain methods and techniques, such as drawing or having pictures, really helped their learning. And it was particularly difficult in teaching these students, and this helped us a lot. And being taught how to control and lead a class proved to be particularly difficult in both of these settings because of how short the attention span was of these kids. And I'm going to be able to use this in my future because I'm a ski instructor. I'm a level 1 ski instructor. So I can teach different people's level 1 to 3 skiing. Because of this, it's kind of taught me how to properly plan my events leading up to skiing. And I think this will massively improve my students and kind of help me along the way. So aside from being a ski instructor, an alternate sport that I would love to teach personally is soccer, just because I've always been so passionate about soccer. And one of the things that I learned in Romania was the more passionate you are about what you're teaching, the better the students learn what you're teaching them. And it's easiest to teach other people when you're the most passionate. And also you enjoy it a lot more. So if I was able to teach soccer in the future, it'd be a lot easier because of my deep understanding of the game and how much better I can improve people's knowledge and understanding and skill. So one thing I would like to learn a bit more about is situational awareness a bit. In my class, I kind of had 2 kids that were a little bit more rowdy and a little bit more spread out further. We're chatting when me and my partner were talking, and what to do in these sorts of situations. And then there was another kid who was left out by the rest of the class, and he didn't really have a spot in the class. So learning what to do in these situations that are common situations, although experience is kind of the main solution for this, but that would have been kind of the most helpful thing for me. So kind of recapping on my last answer, keeping the class kind of organized and obedient became difficult because kids either didn't listen or were doing their own thing. So the 2 major people that were good in my class were actually pretty good at ultimate. So this became easier when we tell them to explain the rules or to demonstrate how to pass. Just giving them little things to do to help the class would have been very beneficial. And kind of for skill development, we had a lot of people drifting farther away, so maybe telling them to stand on 2 lines and just pass back and forth. And when they're coming in, to kind of listen better, have them stand or take a knee. I just remember as a kid, this always used to work with me, so maybe using that in this situation would work a lot better. So kind of my favorite part about the coaching process was learning about what's going on kind of in the background of what we're doing. So kind of leading up to this gym, or these specific gym classes or events, and planning the class and giving the lesson gave us a lot more insight into what it's like to be a coach and how hard these coaches work. And obtaining the coaching certificate will allow for me to practice this more and use what it's taught me to better the athletic performance of many other people. Thank you for listening, and that's all I have for this wrapping up the year.